pay attention. You have to just start paying attention. And that is a mistake that a lot of people are making. I think they have this underlying assumption things will just happen for them. But when it comes to your personal finances, when it comes to navigating the financial economy, we are not in that space anymore. Things will not just happen for you. The investing won't start making sense by chance in your dreams. You need to start taking proactive measures to start paying attention. I think naturally for me, that intersection was inevitable, but
early in the conversation, you said that FM started from you seeing that the impact a lack of financial education can have on people. What do you think are some common mistakes people are making that are just seriously impacting their financial situation?
The first one is definitely very blanket, but just not actually paying attention. I don't think we have the privilege to not pay attention anymore. Listen, where we are right now with the economy, if you think back to the financial crash, 2008, 2007, I remember being whatever age I was back then and knowing that this significant event was happening, not necessarily paying attention because it wasn't my problem to deal with. I knew that my parents probably being impacted, but I was looked after. And so we had the privilege then to not pay attention, if you're my age bracket, that is. And we're now in a time where we don't have that privilege, right? Everything that's happening is directly impacting almost everyone, apart from the little ones who have that privilege of not needing to pay attention. And so I urge people to start paying attention. You need to be understanding the very basics of finances. When you hear about interest rates changing, you should really know how that's going to impact you as an individual. You know, you need to understand what it really means to have a credit card, how it operates, how it works, the disadvantages, and how it goes left so quickly for so many people. Understand why investing is such a buzzword, because there's a real meaning behind that. Understand the very basics. You don't have to be an expert because you have people like me to help you navigate those circumstances, right? But pay attention. You have to just start paying attention. And that is a mistake that a lot of people are making. I think that they have this underlying assumption that things will just happen for them. But when it comes to your personal finances, when it comes to navigating the financial economy, we are not in that space anymore. Things will not just happen for you. The high-paying job will not just come to your doorstep. The debt will not clear itself. The investing won't start making sense by chance in your dreams. You need to start taking proactive measures to start paying attention. And inevitably, I guess it's the entire basis of knowledge is power, right? The more that you know, the more that you can do. And people need to tap into that a little bit more.
I want to go back to this career versus passion thing, because I think now that you're on the other side, you're doing your passion, but you said in the past that you don't believe that you need to be defined by your job title. There's a lot of people who would be in your position in the corporate world and never leave because it's part of their identity and that title is who they are. And you also said that if you could give advice to your future child, you would tell them to choose the high-paying industry over passion. And as someone who has built my career around passion, I actually agree, because I don't think passion pays the bills all the time. Do you think following passion is a dangerous advice right now?
So everyone is free to do what they do. Everyone has free will. And so when I mention, you know, I would tell my children to pick the high paying industry, I still would do that. Not necessarily to eliminate passion. I think it's a massive part of life. I think it's crucial beyond the financial element or what it can do for you. But I think I love the way my story has played out. I chose the high paying industry, and you know what? I enjoy banking and finance. I really did. I enjoyed it as an industry. I was interested in the roles that I was doing for sure. It wasn't a job for me that was like, I'm just turning up to make money, etc. Definitely did enjoy what I was doing, but didn't go to bed dreaming about it. I mean, I know I love finance and numbers and stuff, but I'm not having dreams about banking and finance for sure. Whereas what I do now is based off of meaningful output. I'm impacting lives on a day-to-day, and that really does matter to me. And so when it comes to choosing passion, I do think that it is a crucial part of life to have things that you enjoy that fulfills you in different ways than just making money, for sure. I also sometimes tread carefully about monetizing your passion. I don't think that you have to do that. I think it's quite nice to have something that you're passionate about that has no financial bearing, right? That's really nice as well. It just so happens that this is how my story is played out. It just so happens that all of the things that I'm relatively interested in and good at all flock to this one topic of finances. And so I think naturally for me, that intersection was inevitable. But I do think that it's absolutely fine to follow your passion if you want to. But if we're talking from an income perspective, choose the higher paying industry. Like, we have to face the realities, right, of what this economy presents to us, what the unemployment market looks like, the job market, etc. And people will speak so much about wanting to earn more, etc. And choose the high paying industry. And I think often people forget that you can still do things that you're interested in within an industry that you never particularly thought of.
That is true.
Yeah, people tend to bundle, you know, the job itself with the industry. So maybe, you know, you're keen on tech, so you think you need to work at a tech company. You can do a tech role in a finance industry.
Yeah, that's
so
true,
I think
yeah.
people do conflate the two sometimes, and I mean, those are two high paying industries in their own rights anyway. But yeah, listen, it's a game of bat and ball, right? It just depends on each individual, their preferences. But you know, if I'm going to advise my child, not anyone else's, I would definitely, you know, get the high paying industry.